Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. Um, some of you guys might not know, but I have already recorded this episode, but the map did not save, so I will be re-recording it. The main thing to note from the last episode was we had two alliances form in the Black Sea, Caspian Sea areas. We had the Triangle Alliance formed by the blue, green, and yellow teams, and the Square Alliance formed by the red and Caspian teams. We also saw Korean Union, and from which all of mainland Europe get filled in. In today's episode, we will mostly be focusing in Europe, but we will do a little bit in Asia as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we see is the red, green, gold, and purple teams all exploring out greatly, discovering all this area here. Let's get make this look a bit. Oops, make this look a bit better. Okay, we'll leave it as is. Next, however, we see this purple team exploring out a little bit more around their territory, discovering all of this land. They then will also expand down and eventually, finally, meet up with the trade routes here. And they will just expand slightly along the trade route going in each direction. Now for the better parts of the episode, we see more of the K get discovered. I should see, well, mostly K. You see most of Wales is discovered, and they get closer to Scotland. Let's see a landing made in Ireland, and of course countries will expand into this. We first see Brittany claiming all of this in here, and we then see the brown team will claim all of this right here. Let's see who made the landing over here in Ireland, being the light blue Iberian team down here. Denmark will then also make a landing over in here, completely cutting off the brown team and almost cutting off Brittany. Before the brown team is able to expand up here, Denmark also cuts them off in this area and will expand greatly like here. Denmark will then also explore where it is around here, but brown team will make small landings along the coast and discover most of these areas. Uh, and the brown team will discover most of these areas here. And also see, they find out, they get to this area here and find out there's been a group of, they find out there's been this weird group of people that have been living up here for a while. But nevertheless, the brown team will claim all of this land here, as well as most of these areas that they have discovered up along here. Next, we see the Lime team get completely cut off from expanding by Denmark. And pretty much everyone that borders Denmark hates them. Poland is the only one that is at least kind of on a good side with Denmark. Denmark will then expand out even more. Thank you. Let me see. Oh my god. Okay, we do. Denmark cuts the Lime team off, and we'll do more expanding, exploring along the Swedish coast, and a little bit further inland. But there's like mountains here, so that's kind of like not fun to go in. We'll next see Russia and Kaliningrad, explore all of this area here, as well as these two islands. Then, of course, claim this land. Kaliningrad getting all of these. Now they're pretty much more of a Baltic Union, or just like Baltic Empire. And Russia will claim all of this. And remember what whoops. Remember what I said about, oh my god. Remember what I said about Poland being the only one who doesn't hate Denmark? Yeah, that changes now. Denmark will invade into Poland, meet up with this exclave, and quickly capture the capital. And that's pretty much the last straw for everyone. As we go to the alliance layer, and we see a new circle alliance be formed. We see we see the Dutch team, the Lime team, we also see Brittany join, we see Kaliningrad join, and we obviously will see Poland join. However, we also see Purple team join, France joins, Russia joins, and now it's not really looking good at all for Denmark. Lastly, final nail in the coffin, we see the green team join. And of course, Denmark is going to call out for help. Nobody is going to answer. So, see here. we see the brown team putting the focus of its troops in here and sending them storming for the for Denmark's capital. And we'll also push through in these areas. But well, let's see, troops from the purple team and the purple team, Russia, and the green team all arriving into Poland to help out with the fight here. Let's see. We see Poland being able to recapture the capital and almost fully push the Danish out. We then see brown team push slightly up into these Norwegian claims Denmark owns, but most of the damage up here is going to be done by the lime team and Kaliningrad. The lime team is going to push up mostly into these Swedish parts, these northern Swedish parts, but will also be pushing some into the southern parts. Kaliningrad is going to be focusing on helping out the slime team, despite those two absolutely hating each other. Kaliningrad will then invade into Danish territory, focusing on the Baltic coast. And the last thing we see is Brittany and France. They will be pushing. Gosh, I can move this. They will be pushing into more. Oh my god. I don't want to do that. Nor do I want to do that. Nor do I want that there. Kaliningrad will push into Denmark finally. Almost capturing all their claim. But the brown team will get a very tiny bit of it. Then further we'll then push further up into Denmark, being able to finally cut them off. But Denmark has one of the Denmark has the third strongest navy in the world, only behind the blue team and the green team. So they will still be able to send supplies down to this area here. But we then see a very crucial mistake. The red team sends troops into the green team territory. And this is an act of war against the triangle team by the square team, which brings all of this area into a war. But people will be on the red team's side. And see, the Marin team join it. Cyprus joins their side. Persian Gulf country joins their side. Greece will join their side. We see Farmers Union join their side. You even see Catalonia and this light cyan country join their side. And of course, Denmark. So now we have a very large scale war going on over here. And this is going to take a while. But start off, we'll also show every circle or every Triangle Alliance member will join up with the Circle Alliance. So now it's pretty much the Circle Alliance versus the Square Alliance. And to start off, we see Russia doing slight, very slight invasion, not into Yugoslavia, but into the Farmers Union. And they will claim, or not claim, but invade all of this area here. We then see the green team is going to do quite a bit less, but they will claim, or they will invade all that, but they will mostly focus in Greece. However, over here it's a very different story, as there is only one country the blue team borders that is not at war against them, and that's Mesopotamia. Uh, so, we first see red team troops invade into these northern parts, and eventually getting to these areas towards the Caucasus region. It will start to put the capital under threat, almost being able to encircle it, before realizing that the number one country in the world, in terms of power, is not putting up at all, and that's when their capital is taken. A naval landing is made up here by the blue team, and they take the red team capital. However, it still does not go very well for them down south, as almost this entire area here is captured by the tan team, and a lot of this land over here is as well. But Caspio will mostly focus in on these areas of this dark marine country, coming over here, taking the capital with ease once again, and pretty much claiming, or not, I keep saying claim, taking over all of this land. And see, the red team once again make a major push into a country as they invade into the gold team, taking their capital as they hope to regain some of their lost land over in this area. They will then start an invasion into the yellow team, which goes very well as they're able to take all of the coastline and even the capital. They will then force the yellow team to surrender, and they will use this as a staging ground to invade into the green team, starting to get into core territories, and it's not looking very good at all, as most green team troops are up fighting in Poland. Speaking of Poland, however, they are able to completely push out Denmark from their territory and start invading in. We'll take the exclave and all of this land here. But finally, reinforcements from Greece and Catalonia and the White Cyan team have arrived in Denmark, and they are mostly going to focus up here, completely kicking out the Dutch, and even being able to push back against the Lime team completely. They'll then force the Lime team into surrendering. They do. And now Denmark just focuses on the mainland of the Dutch team. They won't even have to focus for, up here for long. As we see, a large part as we see all this land that the Dutch once had all break away. You then see Denmark recapture their lost land, most of their lost land over in here, and they're able to let their capital breathe a bit as they almost completely kick the Dutch out of their country. They will then push into the core Dutch territory and almost be able to capture the capital. They almost have it completely encircled, and we see large-scale riots down here. But now for fighting in this area, it's not going to go very well for a certain country. Now I'm going to make the light sand team a little bit darker, just so it's easier to see. and they will invade into the pink team very easily, capturing all these areas here and making a naval landing on Cornwall and Wales. They'll almost fully be able to kick the. They will almost be able to fully kick Brittany out of England, and we then see more fighting down here. Catalonia is going to invade up and eventually capture the capital of France. But unlike the Dutch, France will still be able to function. See this rebellion idea spread to other areas of the Brown team, getting to some of their territories over here, and the idea spreads over here as well. Like I said, the pink team will be able to fight back still, and they completely cut off Catalonia from this section here. But seeing as the number 2 world power is on the verge of collapse, we will see that the purple team is going to get out of this war. Okay. For now, I'll have to figure something. Yeah, that's good. Good boy. Okay. Well, never mind that then. But we then finally see the, the Maroon team do something as they invade up into the more core territories of the blue team. They also capture this a little bit. And the purple team is going to recapture some of their lost lands up in the blue team. They have, of course, lost tons of land down in this area as well, but that'll probably be for another day. Eventually, we see France be able to fully capture this area. France will fully capture this area of Catalonia, and it's about this point that we see this war to an end. The rebellions in the brown team are getting out of hand, and eventually Denmark will capture the capital. And as a completely unrelated war, the purple team is going to declare war. They will declare war on the orange team and swiftly invade, capturing all this land here. And it is at this time. So let's also go over fairly quickly. Tan team will get this. The capital of the red team is no more. And their new capital will be right here. I'm gonna adjust alliances when I'm not recording, except for one bit up here. But next, we see red team. They get this, this, this little bit here. They will also get this land here and this land up here. And then we'll see the first puppet state ever be formed. And for alliances, um, don't, oh wait, erase. Yes, that works. Okay. And but capital steel team. And their new capital will be right here. This is this easily the smallest nation in the world, with the next probably being Cyprus. Yeah. As for the green team, they do get some gains. They get this little bit of here, and this from Greece. Russia will get this from the Farmers Union. And next we see Kaliningrad will get this bit of land here. Poland will get this tiny little exclave. I didn't go through this. Quickly, the purple team gets this. The maroon team will get this, 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 this. Didn't finish it. Tan team will claim all of this. And did not finish it. But they will make puppet state out of this little bit of land here. Next, the teal team. This, and we'll see 5 new countries form, 6 new countries form. I cannot count right today. I'm just gonna get this all that. But France will also make some territorial gains, gaining this land here. You see the first of the new countries form, being this dark blue one here. Then see the dark red country form right here, and this bright yellow country form over here. Their capitals will be right here, here, their capitals will be right here, yeah, and right here. Science team will also get this bit here, this bit here. Brittany will be able to keep that little bit there. A new orange countries formed in that. And we see this light blue country going to be formed out of these 3 as well as undiscovered. Denmark will get this, 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 and this. And we'll make a puppet state right here. And lastly, the purple team will just claim that from the orange team. And slow this weirdness up. And that will do it for today's episode. Let me know if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.